What is up, guys? It's Kyle with Never Hedge, and we're back. We had a tough week with the UFC last week. Did great with PFL again. And this week, there's nothing but UFC. We do have Contender Series tonight, which I am excited about. There's some good fights. Pablito's boy is on the card. We talked to him about that fight, and we will have Pablito back on the podcast this week to talk about the results from this and the upcoming UFC card. Let's just get right into this card. There's some good betting spots on this Dana White Contender Series. So the first fight is Matheus Scheffel. He's plus 230 versus Azamat Murzakanov. He's minus 290, and those were the what I saw on Best Fight Odds. I did not see them up on my DraftKings app just yet. But Matheus Scheffel, Buffa, he's a big dude, and you can see in the weigh-ins he is the taller of the two, and he's got power in his hands. He wins and dies by the sword. He has 10 wins by TKO and has lost 4 times by TKO. He's 2-1 in his last 3, and his only loss was by split. He won his last fight via ground and pound, and he does have nasty ground and pound. He does have a tendency to kind of lunge in there and just fucking wing wild punches. He really never throws straight punches. He throws with power. He throws to knock you out at all times. He's fighting a guy in Azamat, who's an undefeated Russian fighter. He is small for the division at 5'10", and he's another one that likes the knockout. He's extremely fast for the division. I don't want to compare him to Fedor because you don't want to compare anyone to Fedor, but he has a similar style as Fedor, utilizing speed, being the smaller guy. He's not a heavyweight, but he is at 205. He's got a diverse striking arsenal. He has a power wrestling game when he wants to. He should have the wrestling advantage here, should be able to take it down whenever he wants. But he doesn't usually utilize that wrestling unless he has to. I think what's going to happen here is Matheus Scheffel is going to come in, try to be the aggressor, and he's going to meet that speed of Azamat. And Azamat's going to get that TKO and get his ticket into the UFC. And these are the pictures from the weigh-ins via MMA Junkie. Azamat's posture is just ridiculous. We then go up and we have Joanderson Brito versus Diego Lopez. This is an interesting one, and it's a closely lined. Brito is minus 105 and Diego is minus 115. So Brito is on a 9-fight winning streak and hasn't lost since 2015. He's got 5 TKOs and 5 subs, so pretty well-rounded guy. He won his last fight in just 44 seconds by TKO. He's legit. He's jacked as all hell. He's in the LFA, so he fights decent competition. The only thing is, in that 44-second win, it wasn't as dominant as you might think. He did get hit and rocked with some punches himself, pushed against the cage, and was obviously able to come away with the win. But he throws very wild looping punches. He obviously has power, and he has great squeeze. Most of his subs are by guillotine, and he loves that choke. Brito hasn't fought since 2019. The COVID layoff strikes again. Lopez, on the other hand, is also on a huge winning streak. He's won 7 in a row. He hasn't fought the toughest competition, but he does have wins. Lopez does have wins over Ronnie Jason and Marco Beltran. Lopez is a submission fighter, and he's got 11 subs to his name. He doesn't fight nearly as wild. He does utilize a nice jab and nice combos on the feet to get to the takedown. And when he's on the ground, that's where he's really in his own comfort zone. He is going to be the taller of the two, as you can see in the weigh-in picture. And I think what's going to happen here is Brito's going to be swinging wildly, and Diego Lopez is going to duck down and go for the takedown, get it to the ground. And when it's on the ground, that's Diego Lopez show. Diego by sub for me. Next fight, Victor Altamirano versus Carlos Candelario. Victor is minus 190 and Carlos plus 165. So Victor Altamirano is LFA's flyweight champ right now. He won his last 5 fights, and his last win was a 5-round fight against Nate Smith, which he dominated the striking exchanges and even got a takedown over the Olympic wrestler Nate Smith. So that was pretty impressive for me. He is comfortable fighting from guard. He's one of those guys that he has a good guard, but it always makes me uncomfortable in today's day and age fighting out of guard. He's very well-rounded, but he's not the fastest guy at flyweight. Candelario is undefeated prospect coming at 8-0. He fought and won on Dana White Contender Series back in 2017, but after that fight, he suffered a knee injury, and that forced him to take 4 years off. He did fight in 2021 against Miguel Restrepo, and he won by decision. But Restrepo is a 5-5 fighter, not very good competition. I think this is Altamirano all day. I don't see him losing this fight. I think that layoff for Candelario was too much. At one point, he was a good prospect, but it's Victor's time. Victor easy, and I love that bet. Here's weigh-in pictures. And that brings us to our main event, which is there's going to be – did they take down one fight? It looks like the Dylan Potter fight got canceled. So we have AJ Fletcher versus Leonardo Damiani. And AJ Fletcher is a fucking monster. He's undefeated prospect. Let's get on their picture to see how fucking jacked they are. It's incredible. AJ Fletcher's an undefeated prospect sitting at 8-0 with 7 coming by finish, 3 by TKO, 4 by sub. And I know you could hear my dog crying in the background. She's just a little pups, 1 year old. She's trying to play right now. Fletcher is one of Dustin Poirier's boy. He trains every day with Dustin, Pablito, Alan Joban, all those guys. He's strong as shit, well-rounded. 4 fights come by finish, all his last 4 fights, all in the first round. He's fighting Leonardo, whose nickname is Puppy. Fitting because I got my puppy going crazy right now. We have yet another submission fighter with Puppy. And he specializes in rear naked choke. Almost all his sub come by rear naked choke. And watching the tape, he's just one of those guys that seems to find the neck. He's from Italy, and he's the Golden Cage champ over in Italy right now. His last fight, he made it look pretty easy. He's fighting a guy in AJ Fletcher, though, who trains at the highest level. I look at how jacked that dude is. I see AJ Fletcher dominating this fight wherever it goes, getting that contract and proving that this gym in New Orleans is something coming up. Lafayette, sorry, not New Orleans, Lafayette. They're on the come up, and I really like them. There was supposed to be one more fight. I did break it down, and I don't know why it got canceled. I wasn't able to look into it just yet. But that was going to be Lazask Brzezinski. He was minus 235 versus Dylan Potter, who was last-minute replacement. Maybe he couldn't make weight. I'm not sure. But that was Lukask all day. He's a bigger guy. It was not going to be a close fight. All right, guys. Thanks. Like and subscribe as always.